Hi everyone. As part of the Ballina Stevenage Health and Wellbeing initiative that's running at the moment, I'm going to give you some nutrition tips to focus on the GAA return to play. So as we know, the GAA season is picking up again over the next couple of weeks and months ahead. So it's important from a nutrition point of view that we focus on, making sure that our body is in the right, position to continue on the season. So the main tips I'm going to focus on today are going to be around hydration, carbohydrate intake and our protein intake. So I'll go through a bit more information on why they're all important and how it can relate to your performance. So firstly, our hydration status. So it's really important that our body gets enough fluid, our muscles, our brains, so that we can exercise properly, so that we can get the most out of our performances. So the recommendation will be to have 35 mils of water per kilogram of body weight per day. So you just multiply your body weight in kg by 35 mil, and that will give you your recommendation intake for fluid for the day. That will normally be somewhere between 2 and 3 litres of water per day. I suppose in the lead up to training or in the lead up to a match, it's important that we're getting enough fluid in the hours beforehand. So the recommendation around that would be to have 500 ml, a bottle of water or a pint of water in around that in the hour to 2 hours before your match or your training. In terms of carbohydrates, so carbohydrates are our body's main source of energy. So that's what we use for energy, to perform, to recover, everything like that. To get the most out of your trainings, get the most out of your games, you need to make sure that you're getting your carbohydrate intake right. So around games, especially the 24 hours the day before the match, is when we need to start increasing our carbohydrate intake. So just by simply adding more carbohydrate sources at each of your main meals and snacks is the best way of kind of building up your energy stores so that you're ready to go for the game the next day. Including sources such as oats and bread, pasta, rice, sweet potato, regular potato, things like that. Really important to make sure you're topping up your energy source basically, or your energy storage throughout the day and in the lead up to a game. On the opposite side of that, I suppose protein. Really important after our games and after our training sessions to make sure that we're recovering properly, we're giving our body what it needs to be able to adapt to the training loads and the game's demands, so that we're making sure that we're going to get the most out of it, but we're going to recover properly as well. That will help us reduce the chances of getting injured. Including a source of protein at each main meal and snack is always really important, and is always a good recommendation to go by. So making sure at all your main meals and your snacks throughout the day, is there a source of protein at them? If there's not, maybe look to add something in. After games, we know that we need protein to recover and repair, as I said, but we also need to make sure that we're getting a good source of carbohydrate as well. So combining carbohydrate and protein in the hours after training and after matches is really important. I suppose the carbohydrate will help us replenish the glycogen or the energy stores that we use throughout the game or throughout the training session, and the protein will help our muscles recover. Just a quick couple of tips on the bottom here as well, just to reinforce good healthy habits over the next while, ensuring we're getting good quality sources of food in our diet, more quality whole foods, less processed foods if possible, looking for plenty of colour and variety in our meals. So are you getting good colour and variety in your veg and your fruit throughout the day? I suppose planning out your meals and snacks is another tip that I think everybody should be doing. Working around your training sessions, making sure that you're eating at the right times, you're getting enough food into it to make sure that you're going to actually be able to perform in your trainings and in your games. The last couple of points is kind of they tie in together around your food diary, keeping a bit of a food diary for a little while, a couple of days, and practicing your pre-match routine before a training session. So we want to avoid going into a championship match or a league match without having practiced our nutrition before that. So the idea is that, or the recommendation that I give you, is to focus on your training sessions, plan out your meals, plan as if it was for a game, and keep a note in your diary how you're feeling, what did you eat, things like that, your mood, your performance in that training session. These are all things that add up and will help you build your own routine when it comes to game time as well. So that's really it from me, guys. Best luck with the return, and hopefully there's a couple of points there for you to focus on over the next couple of weeks. All the best.